Hi students, welcome to Vignan Digital Classes. Students, this is A. Srinivas, Lecturer in Physics, Vignan Junior College. Students, we have been discussing the ray optics chapter. Already we completed 5 videos in ray optics. During these 5 videos, we described about reflection at plane mirrors, reflection through curved surfaces, and refraction phenomena, refraction through flat surfaces, and in that the lateral shift, longitudinal shift, relation between apparent depth, real depths, phenomena of total internal reflection, consequences of total internal reflection such as optical fibers and mirages, and refraction through curved surfaces such as convex lens, concave lens. In that the refraction through single curved surface, refraction through lenses, and lens maker's formula, applications of lens maker's formula, and followed by it mirror equation and lens equation, lens maker's formula. We completed all these things in previous part of our discussion. Now, especially in this part of our discussion, in this session, I would like to explain problems belongs to this session. So problems are very important in JEE Main, Advanced as well as MCET examinations. This is the very important chapter in objective point of view. So to have more clarity, I would like to continue the explained concept of previous videos in form of numerical examples. So let us move on to the first problem. Here, this is the first problem. An object is 30 centimeters from a spherical mirror. Object is 30 centimeters from a spherical mirror along the central axis. The absolute value of lateral magnification is 1/2. The image produced is inverted. What is the focal length of mirror? As image produced is inverted, this must be concave mirror. For convex mirror, always we get an erect image. Inverted image is possible only in case of concave mirror. Let this be a concave mirror. Let this is the principal axis. We kept object at left side of the concave mirror, in front of concave mirror. Light ray from the object travels along this direction. So object distance is opposite to the direction of traveling of light ray. Students, apart from formula, sign convention is the most important point while solving the problems. Already we discussed sign convention concept while explanation. Here we are applying that sign convention correctly along with the formula to find the solution of the given problem. Here object distance is given 30 centimeters, but object is left side of the pole of the mirror. So including sign convention, the object distance is minus 30. This minus sign is also very important to get correct answer. And magnification. Magnification is 1/2. That is okay, but image is inverted. In case of inverted image, the magnification has negative sign, because if object is vertically upward above the principal axis, image is vertically downward below the principal axis. As these two are in opposite directed conditions, that's why it also has the negative sign. Every time you must use appropriate sign for the given values. So m is equal to minus 1/2 is the correct substitution. Then what is the focal length of mirror? We have to find out focal length of the mirror. That is the question. So let us have the same data. I represent the same data in animation. So u is minus 30 and m is minus 1/2. And what is about focal length? The direct expression that relates magnification, object distance and focal length is, we can write that direct equation. Formula is magnification is equal to f divided by f minus u. F by f minus u is the appropriate formula to find out any unknown value among those 3 parameters. So given that m is equal to minus 1/2, okay, and focal length is unknown value, let it be f minus u is minus 30, minus of minus is plus, so f plus 30. On cross multiplying, we get minus 1 into f minus f, minus 1 into 30 minus 30 is equal to 2f. So shifting the minus f to the RHS, it becomes plus f. So that minus 30 is equal to 3f. On cross multiplying, we get f is equal to minus 30 divided by 3, that is equal to minus 10 centimeters. This is the focal length. Minus 10 centimeter is the focal length of the mirror. As we get minus, it must be a concave mirror. Already I said that because of inverted image formed by the mirror, inverted image is only possible by concave mirror. So we conclude that mirror is concave, and also from focal length also we conclude the same thing. We get negative value of focal length, means that is for concave mirror, and the value of focal length is 10 centimeters with negative sign. So let us move on to the next problem. Image of a real object in a convex mirror. So here we are using a convex mirror. The shape of the convex mirror is like this. This is the shape of the convex mirror, which is convex towards the radar medium. Here the image of a real object in a convex mirror is 4 centimeter from the mirror. Distance is always measured from pole. If the mirror has a radius of curvature of 24 centimeters, find the position of the object and magnification. Here image distance is given. Let us consider the data, write the appropriate values from the given data. So let us see, V is equal to 4 centimeters. Here I am not using negative sign, that is the most important. In case of convex mirror, image is always formed on the right side of the pole. Image is always formed. In case of convex mirror, it always forms a virtual image, erect image, virtual erect on the beyond the mirror, at the position of beyond the mirror. So right side of the pole. So image must be positive sign for convex mirror. That's why V is plus 4 centimeters. Image distance is including sign convention plus 4. If the mirror has radius of curvature, so R is given 24 centimeters. From that we can find focal length. We know that f is equal to r by 2. So from this we may find out the focal length. The question is, what is the position of the object and magnification? U is how much, as well as magnification is how much. Data is these two, and these are the two questions. Now formula, m is equal to, so to find out the object distance we use this formula known as the mirror equation. And to find magnification, we use magnification formula with sign convention minus V by U. Okay, let us solve the problem. First, we would like to find what is the object distance. For that, we need the focal length. Focal length is always equal to R by 2. Relation between focal length and radius of curvature of mirror, R by 2, that is 12 centimeters. Moreover, focal length of convex mirror is positive. Given mirror is convex mirror, focal length of convex mirror is positive. So including sign convention, f is equal to plus 12 centimeters. Let us substitute these values in the mirror equation. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by u, we get u value, unknown value from this explanation, is equal to 1 by 12. Therefore 1 by u is equal to 1 by 12 minus 1 by 4. Here 12 LCM, 12 1 times, 4 3 times. So 1 by u is equal to minus 2 divided by 12, that is equal to minus 1 by 6. This implies u is equal to minus 6 centimeters. So object always kept in front of the mirror, so it has negative sign. So including sign we get it. U is equal to minus 6 centimeters. Object distance is minus 6 centimeters. Then magnification. The expression for magnification is minus of V divided by U. Ratio of image size to the object size. Also equal to image distance, ratio of image distance to the object distance, minus V by U. So minus of V value is plus 4, and u value is minus 6. Minus minus plus 4 by 6 means 2 by 3. Here for object kept as shown in the diagram, you get image like this. Suppose AB is the object, you may get A dash B dash as the virtual image. So image is always erect for the given object. Hence the magnification must be of positive sign. We get the same thing here. M is equal to plus 2 by 3. So previous problem I explained by considering concave mirror. This problem convex mirror. So I am selecting all models. If you watch this video, you definitely get a good idea regarding all models of problems belongs to ray optics up to the refraction through lenses. Let us move on to the next model, next problem. The refractive index of a glass with respect to water is 9 by 8. If the velocity and wavelength of light in glass are 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second and 4000 angstrom units respectively, find the velocity and wavelength of light in water. So here the refractive index of glass with respect to water is given. Velocity, this is velocity and this is wavelength. Velocity and wavelength values are given. If the velocity and wavelength of light in glasses medium, in glass medium velocity wavelengths are given, and we have to find out velocity and wavelength values. So find the velocity and wavelength of light in water. In water we have to determine these two values. Of course this is the answer. We have to find these two values. So let us consider the data. Refractive index of glass with respect to water, that is the first line. Refractive index of glass with respect to water, also known as mu z divided by mu w. It is called as refractive index of glass with respect to water, that is given by 9 by 8. And second one, velocity of light in gaseous medium is 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second. And third one, the wavelength in gaseous medium, 4000 angstrom units. And what we have to find out? We have to find out velocity of the same light in water as well as wavelength of light in water. As medium changes, the velocity also get changes and wavelength get changes. And what are the modified velocity and wavelengths? That should be determined here. For that we use a direct formula, refractive index formula. So we know that the refractive index of glass with respect to water, velocity and refractive index are inversely proportional. Therefore, refractive index of glass with respect to water is equal to ratio of velocity of water to the velocity in gaseous medium. They are inversely proportional. Mu and velocity are inversely proportional. And as refractive index goes on increasing in denser medium, velocity goes on decreasing. They are inversely proportional related values, as well as wavelength is also inversely proportional to refractive index. So this is also equal to the wavelength in water divided by wavelength in gaseous medium. So let us consider the first part, this part, and write mu z by mu w value, that is given by 9 by 8. Refractive index of glass with respect to water is 9 by 8 is equal to velocity in water, that is unknown value for us. Velocity in glass is given for us, that is 2 into 10 power 8. So velocity of the light in water is equal to, here 2 4 times and cross multiplying, 9 by 4, that is 2.25 into 10 power 8 meters per second. And similarly, consider the refractive index ratio related to wavelength ratio and substitute the values. Mu z by mu w is 9 by 8, that is equal to velocity, that's wavelength in water divided by wavelength in gaseous medium is 4000 angstrom units. This is 4000. So wavelength in water is equal to 9 into 4 into 1000 divided by 8. 4 2 times. 9 by 2 means 4.5 into 1000. So 4500 angstrom units is the wavelength. So we get the velocity of water is 2.25 in 10 power 8 meters per second and wavelength in water 4500 angstrom units. This the problem belongs to refraction through different medium. When light is traveling from one medium to another medium, that is having one refractive index to another refractive index, then velocity get modified, wavelength also get modified. We calculate the modified velocity and modified wavelength in second medium. So let us move on to the next problem of next model. And this is the problem belongs to the shift. Here in a tank, a 4 centimeter thick layer of water, which having refractive index 4/3, floats on 6 centimeter thick layer of organic liquid. We have two liquids. This is the water having less refractive index compared to organic liquid. We have one more organic liquid here. Refractive index is 1.5, whereas water refractive index is 4/3, that is 1.33. Because of less refractive index and it may have less density, it is floats on a 6 centimeter thick layer. Viewing at normal incidence, how far below the water surface does the bottom of tank appears to be? This is equal to the problem belongs to apparent depth, real depth, also known as the problem belongs to longitudinal shift during refraction of light while traveling from one medium to another medium. So I selected different models that covers all the models, all varieties of formulae, so that you may have good idea of numericals to have very effective presentation in JEE main examination. So let us pick up the correct values from the given data. That is H1 is the first liquid depth 4 centimeters, that is given. This is 4 centimeter depth having refractive index mu1 4/3. Below it there is one more liquid of depth 6 centimeters, let us write it, H2 6 centimeters having refractive index mu2 1.5. Viewing at normal incidence, how far below the water surface? So apparent depth, we have to find out apparent depth. Let it be represented by HAP, apparent depth to be found here. That is the question, and formula for it is apparent, if H1 is the real depth in first medium, here we have two mediums, two slabs like this. This is the first liquid and this is the second liquid. So let us consider two immiscible liquids, and first one is of real depth H1, which is written here, of course having refractive index mu1. Second one is having real depth H2 of this refractive index. When we observe this bottom from the top and this appear, what is the depth, apparent depth of the bottom? So apparent depth is the apparent depth equivalent to this H1 is H1 by mu1. Apparent depth equivalent to H2 is H2 by mu2. So net apparent depth is H1 by mu1 plus H2 by mu2. So let us solve the value. Let us find out the value. H1 is 4 centimeters divided by 4/3 plus H2 is 6 centimeters divided by 3/2. So which is equivalent to 3 plus 4. 6 by 3/2 means 4, that is equal to 7. So apparent depth is 7 centimeters. Actually real depth is sum of 4 plus 6. It would be 10 centimeters real depth, but apparent depth becomes 7 centimeters. This is the problem belongs to longitudinal shift, a good problem. So let us move on to one more model. A parallel slide glass slab of thickness 4 centimeter is made up of material of refractive index √3. When light is incident on one of the parallel faces at an angle of 60 degrees, it emerges from other parallel face. Find lateral displacement of the emergent beam. Students, in last problem we discussed the longitudinal shift. For real depth, by knowing refractive indices of the medium, we calculated apparent depth in previous problem. This problem belongs to lateral shift. So let us consider the given data. Parallel slide glass slabs of thickness. So thickness of the glass slab is 4 centimeters. Okay. Made up of a material of refractive index of the medium is √3. When light is incident on one of the parallel faces at an angle of incidence, so this is said to be angle of incidence, that is 60 degrees. It emerges from the other parallel face, and formula for lateral shift is T into sin I minus r by cos r. Suppose let this be the slab having two parallel faces. Let a light ray be incident along this direction. Let this be the normal drawn at the point of incidence. Then the light ray incidents at angle of incidence I. Then light ray bends towards the normal. So here we are observing the light ray bends towards the normal like this during refraction. Then after this it may emerges out like this. Then actually this is the incident light ray. If there would be no the glass, it would continued along this direction. This is lateral shift, students. Why? For this angle of incidence we have angle made by incident ray with normal. This is angle of refraction, and this is I minus r, which is known as deviation, and this is the thickness. Then we had this derivation. Already I explained this derivation in the concept. Now I pick up the right formula to find out the lateral shift. Just I shown the what is meant by lateral shift. In the absence of medium, light would travel along this direction. In the presence of medium, light after having refraction at two boundary surfaces, it may emerge just like this. Then the perpendicular distance between the emergent light ray, actual incident direction of light ray is lateral shift. We have to find that lateral shift. Okay. Then use the given values. T is equal to 4 centimeters into sine of I minus r. First of all, we have to find r value. For that we use Snell's law. That is mu 2 divided by mu 1, mu 2 divided by mu 1 is equal to psi I divided by sin r. Is Snell's law. Very familiar formula for us. Mu 2 is root 3, refractive index of the glass. Mu 1, of course, air medium 1. Sin I means sin 60 by sin r. Okay, sin r on cross multiplying, sin r is equal to sin 60 1 root 3 by 2. So sin r is equal to root 3 by 2. Root 3 is equal to root 3 by 2 means sin r is equal to 1 by 2. This implies r is equal to 30 degrees. We get angle of refraction 30 degrees. Therefore, for sin I value given 60 degrees, we get r value from Snell's law, that is 30 degrees divided by cos r. Cos r means cos 30. So this is equal to 4 into sin of 60 minus 30, that is sin 30. Sin 30 is 1 by 2. In denominator cos 30, root 3 by 2. Multiply with reciprocal value, so 2 by root 3. 2 get cancelled. Therefore, the lateral shift becomes 4 divided by root 3 centimeters. This is the y value. Here in diagram I shown the lateral shift, and numerically that value becomes 4 by root 3 centimeters. So very good problem, belongs to lateral shift. Let us move on to the next problem. Here a ray of light travelling in a transport medium falls on the surface separating the medium from air at an angle of incidence 45 degrees. The ray undergoes total internal reflection. Refractive index of medium may have values. Here let us consider the data. This is the very good problem, belongs to total internal reflection. So a ray of light is travelling in a medium, falls on the surface separating the other medium at an angle of incidence 45. So first one is incident angle is 45. The ray undergoes total internal reflection. So what is mu value? So that is the problem. The formula is here to have the total internal reflection, it undergoes total internal reflection. To have total internal reflection, the condition is refractive index. Just to have total internal reflection, to graze the surface, sin c is equal to 1 by mu minimum. Minimum refractive index. Therefore, minimum refractive index to have total internal reflection is equal to 1 by sin c. Sin c is equal to 1 by mu. So if c is the the angle of incidence here. We know that critical angle is the angle of incidence for which refracted ray having 90 degrees angle of refraction. So at critical angle condition is sin C is equal to 1 by mu minimum, or mu minimum is equal to 1 by sin C. To have total internal reflection, the refractive index must be greater than, mu should be more than mu minimum. Then only you get the total internal reflection for that denser medium. So this is the formula, mu greater than 1 by sin C. So let us write the value. So mu greater than 1 by sin C means mu greater than 1 by sin C. So mu greater than 1 by sin 45, that is 1 by root 2 in denominator. So it becomes root 2, that is equal to root 2. Therefore refractive index must be greater than root 2 means 1.414. So let us move on to the next problem. Here an air bubble in glass is, here refractive index of glass is given. Air bubble in glass whose refractive index is 1.5 is situated at a distance 3 centimeters from convex surface of diameter 10 centimeters as shown in figure. At what distance from the surface will the bubble appear? So let us see the diagram so that we can know about the data. Let this be the diagram. Diagram is given. So here for this lead rarer medium, it appears to be convex. The surface is considered as the convex surface. Because this is the rarer medium, bluish one, yellow is the denser medium. With respect to rarer medium, the yellow color medium, denser medium is appears to be convex, hence this is the convex surface. Okay, let us consider the diagram first one. Next, an air bubble is present in the medium. Okay, air bubble is present in the medium. Here this is the position of object. Let this be the air bubble. Students, I drawn here. This is the air bubble in the medium. At O, let O be the position of air bubble in the medium. The refractive index of medium is mu. That mu is given by 1.5. Mu is equal to 1.5. Is situated at a distance 3 centimeters from convex surface. So the object distance is like this. U, object distance is U. That U, light ray is traveling. Suppose this is the incident light ray and this is center of curvature. Draw the normal at point of incidence. So this is the normal line. We extend the normal line here. After refraction, this is the incident light ray. After refraction, it moves away from normal. So there is a divergence of the light ray after refraction. This happens in case of convex refracting surfaces. So here, this is the direction of light ray. Object is opposite to the direction of light ray. Object is kept opposite to the direction of light ray. Hence, minus 3 centimeters is the object distance. Diameter is 10 centimeter. Here, convex surface of diameter 10 centimeters as shown in figure. At what distance from the surface will the bubble appear? So, diameter 10 centimeters means the radius is considered as the 5 centimeters. Let the radius be minus radius of curvature is the center of curvature. The center of curvature is equal to minus r, that is equal to minus 5 centimeters. Diameter of convex surface is 10 centimeter. Therefore, the radius is considered as the minus 5 centimeters. At what distance from the surface will the bubble appear? We have to find out V value. So here the formula. The formula is refraction at curved surface is given by the formula mu2 by V minus mu1 by U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 divided by R is the formula. We have to use them with proper sign convention. Mu2, here this is mu1 and mu2 is rarer medium. Here object is traveling from denser to rarer medium. So air medium, that is 1, mu 2 is 1. We have to find out V value, minus mu 1 is the denser medium value, that is 1.5. By object distance is given by initial object is kept at minus 3 centimeters. So use with sign convention minus 3 is equal to mu 2 minus mu 1, that is 1 minus 0.1.5 divided by R value, radius of curvature is minus 5. Diameter is minus 10, hence radius is minus 5. So here minus minus becomes plus, 1.5 by 3. So 1 by V plus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 minus 0.1.5 means minus 0.5 divided by minus 5. So minus 0.5 means 5 by minus minus also get cancelled here. So it becomes plus. Minus 0.55 means 5 by 10. 5 cancel, that is 1 by 10. Therefore 1 by V is equal to 1 by 10 minus 1 by 2. So here 10 LCM for 1 minus 2 5 times. That's value is equal to minus 4 by 10. Therefore V is equal to minus 10 divided by 4, which is equal to minus 2.5 centimeters. So it forms a virtual image as divergent light ray. When you extended it backwards, it forms the image here. So we get negative value of V means it is a virtual image formed inside the denser medium, so that we are getting negative value. So answer is V is equal to minus 2.5 centimeters. So let us move on to the next problem. A concave lens, this is the concave lens of glass, refractive index of the concave lens medium is 1.5, has both surfaces of same radius of curvature. So it is said to be equi-concave lens. Radius of curvature is same on both sides of concave lens. It is known as equi-concave lens. On immersing in a medium of refractive index 1.75, it will behave as a lens. Here actually lens maker's formula is 1 by f. So let us consider the data first of all here. So let us consider the data to continue this problem. So this is the first one. Refractive index of glass medium, that is lens with respect to surrounding medium. Refractive index of glass is 1.5 and refractive index of the surrounding medium. This glass is immersed in a surrounding medium, Then refractive index of glass with respect to this medium, also known as mu z divided by mu m, is equal to 1.5 divided by 1.75. That is multiplying with 4 in numerator and denominator, we get 6 by 7. This is the first one from the refractive indices of the glass and surrounding medium. And what is the focal length when it is kept like that? So lens maker's formula is, if any lens made up of a glass kept in a surrounding medium having refractive index of glass with respect to medium mu z m, then focal length and this refractive index radius of curvature related by this formula 1 by f is equal to mu z m minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. This is known as the lens maker's formula. By using this, we calculate the focal length. So here 1 by f is equal to mu z m is 6 by 7 minus 1 into, for concave lens, here actually this is a concave lens. In the data it is mentioned that it is concave lens, and this is the medium. This is the medium. Concave lens is immersed in a medium. See, this is the refractive index of glass and this is the refractive index of medium on either side. So we find out refractive index of glass with respect to medium 6 by 7 minus 1. The radius of curvature of the first concave surface is negative side. So minus 1 by r, minus is there in the formula. R2 is also r but with positive sign. Radius of curvature for the second refracting surface is positive, right side. So 1 by r. So it becomes minus 2 by r. This is equal to 6 by 7 minus 1 means minus 1 by 7 into, this is minus 1 by r minus 1 by r means we get minus 2 by r. Minus 2 by r. So 1 by f minus minus is plus. 2 by 7 means 1 by 3.5 r, and cross multiplying focal length is 3.5 times radius of curvature of each surface. So we get positive focal length, and substituting all values with proper sign convention in the Lenser-Maker's formula of concave lens, we get positive value. Positive value of focal length shows convex lens. Hence answer is convex lens of focal length 3.5 r. Remember it. Concave lens has negative focal length, convex lens has positive focal length. So ultimately when this lens is kept in a medium having more refractive index, denser medium, so that concave lens behaves as the convex lens. So let us move on to the next problem. A glass convex lens of refractive index 3 by 2 has a focal length equal to 0.3. Find the focal length of the lens if it is immersed in water of refractive index 4 by 3. First we have a glass convex lens. This is also a related Lenser-Maker's formula related problem. A glass convex lens of refractive index 3 by 2. So have focal length 0.3 when kept in air medium. So let us write the data. Refractive index of glass with respect to air given by 3 by 2, first line, and then focal length let it be f1, that is 0.3 meter. Now the same lens, in spite of having air surrounding medium, kept in a water medium of refractive index 4 by 3, then refractive index of glass with respect to water, refractive index, they find the focal length of lens if it is immersed in water of refractive index 4 by 3, then refractive index of glass with respect to water. Here we have to find the value refractive index of glass with respect to water. So refractive index of glass with respect to water, mu z divided by mu w should be substituted. Here mu z by mu w is the very important point here. Mu z by mu w. Refractive index of glass is 3 by 2 by mu w, which is divided by 4 by 3 means 3 by 4. That is value is equal to 9 by 8. Refractive index of glass with respect to surrounding water medium becomes 9 by 8. Then what is its focal length? So formula, refractive index 1 by f is equal to mu z refractive index of glass with respect to medium minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. As 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 remains constant, then f is inversely proportional to 1 by refractive index of glass with respect to medium minus 1. This is the formula. The focal length and refractive index of lens with respect to medium minus 1, these two terms are inversely proportional, hence I write it. Here we would like to find out f2. For the second case we know f1. So f2 by f1 is equal to, they are inversely proportional. Refractive index of glass with respect to air medium minus 1 divided by refractive index of glass with respect to water medium, f2 related to this one, minus 1. So which is equal to refractive index of glass with respect to air is 3 by 2 minus 1 whole divided by refractive index of glass with respect to water. Already we find out the value here, we determined that value 9 by 8 minus 1. This implies f2 is unknown value and f1 is given by 0.3 meters is equal to 3 by 2 minus 1 is 1 by 2 whole divided by 9 by 8 minus 1 is 1 by 8. That is equal to 1 by 2 into 8 by 1, which is equal to 4. On cross multiplying, we find out f2 is equal to 4 into 0.3, that is equal to 1.2 meters in SI system. Therefore, the focal length of the glass lens, when immersed in the water medium becomes 1.2 meter. This is the very important model. So let us move on to the next problem. Magnification of an object placed in front of convex lens of focal length 20 centimeters is +2. To obtain the magnification of -2, the object will have to be moved to a distance equal to. So a very nice problem. So let us pick up the correct data. Here the given lens is convex lens. This is the important one, which having positive focal length. So focal length is given by 20. So pick up the data. To have magnification +2, the image must be virtual. Positive magnification is possible when image is formed +2. The image must be is on same side of the object. So positive magnification. In case of convex lens, like this, if this is the focus, if object is kept here, to understand the first line, I am explaining the data like this. This is the light ray. After refraction, it passes through the focus. Let us draw a light ray through optic center. So they are diverging light rays. To get the image, they must be extended backward, then the image may be formed here. So positive magnification. Here we are observing object and image are erect now. When object and image are erect, we get positive magnification. So that's why I write this sentence. To have positive +2 magnification, the image must be virtual. This is the virtual image. By extending refracted rays backwards, we get the image. Hence it is virtual image on same side of the object. So okay, this is the first important line. And to have the magnification -2 is possible when image is formed on other side of the lens. Then we get inverted image, so that real inverted having a negative sign in magnification. Object will have to move to a distance equal to. Here to conclude this one, for the first case, lens formula is 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Or we have one more formula for magnification. M is equal to f by f minus u. Relation between magnification and objective distance. In first case, consider the case 1 in which magnification is +2. So M is equal to +2. F, focal length of convex lens is always positive. So including sine 20 by 20 minus u. This is 10 times. So on cross multiplying, 20 minus u is equal to 10. Then u is equal to 20 minus 10. Then you get u is equal to 10 centimeters. You get u. Suppose if you use a sign convention, then you may get u is equal to minus x1. Sign convention. Minus of minus becomes plus. So you get minus x1 is equal to this one. Then x1 is equal to minus 10 centimeters, including sign convention. Okay. Apply the same formula for the negative magnification, real image. So M is equal to -2, focal length is +20 by F is 20 minus of minus x2. Let x2 be the second position. Object distance is negative. So we get it. Then 2 10 times. Then -1 into 20 plus x2. -1 into 20 plus x2 is equal to 10. Therefore 20 plus x2 is equal to minus 10. Then x2 is equal to minus x2. Minus x2 is equal to 20 plus 10, that is equal to 30. Therefore x2 is equal to minus 30 centimeters. So including sign convention, on left side of the convex lens we put the object at two different positions to get two different magnification. Then delta x, change in the position is the magnitude of x2 minus x1, that is equal to 20 centimeters. This is delta x value. So a nice problem. So far I explained the problems belongs to the ray optics. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much.